If being cringe were an Olympic sport, Meghan would have a shelf full of gold medals by now. Take this for example. What is she even doing up there? First, she tried to snatch the box from the player's hand. Good for him, he didn't give it up. Then, she gets squished between the players while desperately trying to make the whole thing about her. She needs to realize that she should not try to make everything about her. This is hard to watch. A solid 8 out of 10 on the cringe scale. Next is her trip to watch Serena Williams play tennis. Meghan showed up to cheer for her so-called best friend, but the vibe in the stadium shifted the moment she arrived. Because Serena's fans consider Meghan bad luck for Serena, she ended up losing the match, and even her own coach started whispering that Meghan brought bad luck every time she turned up courtside. But the real embarrassment wasn't Serena's loss, it was Meghan herself. Sitting in the stands, Meghan tried to cozy up to Serena's mom, desperate to prove to the cameras and everyone watching that she was tight with the Williams family. She leaned in, tried to spark a conversation, only to be flat out ignored. Serena's mom didn't give her the time of day. Meghan's face said it all, visibly embarrassed, probably wishing an earthquake would open up under her chair and swallow her whole. I would rate it a 7 out of 10 on the cringe scale. Meghan once attempted to bond with children, but it backfired in the most hilarious way. During a public appearance, she leaned down to interact with a young child, probably expecting the classic royal moment where the kid smiles or waves. But this child had other plans. The second Meghan approached, the child bolted, running away as fast as she could. The whole scene turned into a comedy show, and Meghan was left standing there, ignored once again. This one is also an 8 out of 10 on the cringe scale. On her very first royal outing with the Queen, she made mistake after mistake that royals would never even think about. At one point during the event, instead of simply observing quietly, she tried to strike up a conversation with the Queen right in the middle of things. The Queen gave her absolutely nothing in return. Meghan's words just hung in the air, ignored, and she was left awkwardly smiling while the cameras caught everything. 8 out of 10 on the cringe scale. And if that wasn't enough, she capped the day with a final blunder that had everyone gasping. Protocol dictates that you always wait for the Queen to enter the car first. But Meghan, eager and perhaps too focused on herself, tried to get in first, but the guard stopped her to let the Queen in first. As the Queen was about to get in, she wanted to talk to the man with the jacket, but Meghan also leaned in. The Queen realized that Meghan wanted to get in the car before her, and the Queen allowed her, but undoubtedly, this behavior was very embarrassing. 9 out of 10 on the cringe scale. If there's one thing Meghan is known for, it's her obsession with being the center of attention. And nowhere was this more obvious than at the Commonwealth Games. Meghan showed up dressed head to toe in bright green, which was a bold choice considering royals are expected to coordinate tastefully, not scream for the spotlight. But that wasn't the cringiest part. She actually pushed her way past Sophie, Countess of Wessex, and Prince Edward just so she could step forward and make sure all eyes were on her outfit. Meghan may have secured the spotlight for a moment, but instead of coming across as glamorous, she looked desperate and awkward. It's a 9 out of 10 on the cringe scale, but her hunger for attention didn't stop there. Meghan and Harry once tried to walk ahead of the crown jewels during a royal visit without clearance. That's a major breach of protocol. They were quickly intercepted and redirected by a royal aide, and the whole thing played out in front of cameras. To make matters worse, while Meghan and Harry stumbled through that awkward moment, Kate Middleton glided gracefully past the same area moments later, making Meghan's lack of poise stand out even more. 10 out of 10 on the cringe scale. And this has become Meghan's signature move, literally dragging Harry forward so she can step in front and grab the spotlight first. Over and over, she's been caught on camera, pulling him along, sliding past others, and putting herself front and center, even when it wasn't appropriate. Instead of looking confident, it comes across as forced and cringeworthy, like she's trying too hard to outshine everyone in the room. I give it a 9 out of 10 because of her narcissism. One of Meghan's most infamous moments of self-importance came at the One Young World Summit, where she was invited to inspire and encourage the youth. Now, this was her chance to shine, to lift up the voices of young leaders from across the globe. But what did she do instead? She turned the entire thing into a one-woman show.
very nice to be back in the UK. And it is very nice to be back with all of you at One Young World. As you'll likely hear many times.
In her 7-minute speech, Meghan mentioned herself 34 times. Yes, 34. Instead of highlighting the brilliance of the young people in the room, she delivered what sounded more like a red carpet Oscar speech, except she hasn't actually won an Oscar. At one point, she even bragged about keeping her name card as proof she belonged, which only made it sound like she was desperate for validation.
I was so overwhelmed by this experience. I think I even saved my little paper place card that said my name on it. Proof that I was there, and proof that I belonged. Because the truth was, I wasn't sure that I belonged. I was so nervous.
I give it a 10 out of 10 on the cringe scale. Let's come to Meghan's appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show. This might be Meghan's answer to how low can you go? As part of a prank segment, she squatted in public, sipped milk from a baby bottle, and meowed like a cat on command.
Mommy needs some milk. Get the milk out of my purse.
Mommy needs some milk. Oh!
Give me my
No,
milk.
thank goodness.
Okay, now drink it.
This is what I do for my kids to cheer them
I
up.
sing a little song.
I sing a little song.
I'm a kitten.
I'm a kitten. Mew, mew, mew.
You're a kitten.
You're a kitten. Mew, mew, mew.
Kwame, you sing it too.
Como ya? I'm a mew, mew, mew. Kitten. Mew, mew, mew.
What a mockery. This is embarrassing on so many levels. She married a prince. Sure, she can do whatever she wants, but at least maintain a level of dignity and class. This one is 10 out of 10 on the cringe scale. And then there were the interviews. Meghan just couldn't resist oversharing in ways that backfired. She claimed her kids weren't given royal titles because of race.
We have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
Critics were quick to point out that titles usually aren't handed out at that stage anyway, making the whole complaint look misinformed and embarrassing.
They were denied a title because of the 1917 Succession Act by George VI. So when Archie and Lilibet were born, they were not entitled to be known as Prince and Princess of Wales. The only children entitled to that were William's children because they were the children of the eldest son of the Prince of Wales. So it's all about the direct line of succession. The moment that Charles became king, the grandchildren of the sovereign are automatically Prince and Princess.
She also compared her wedding to Harry with Nelson Mandela's release from prison, saying a South African cast member told her it was celebrated the same way.
Multiple exclusive interviews, the former Deal or No Deal briefcase girl says that her marriage was likened to the release of Nelson Mandela. Wait, no, come on, that can't be right. Did Nelson seriously? Meghan recalled an encounter she had at the 2019 London premiere of a live-action version of The Lion King. She said a cast member from South Africa pulled her aside. He looked at me and he said, I just need you to know, when you married into this family, we rejoiced in the streets the same we did when Mandela was freed from prison, she said. Oh, I see.
And finally, who could forget her tarnishing the royal image plan? In the interviews, she revealed that she was suffering in the royal family, and she was in a cage. Even made the stupid comment about how she cannot hug anyone because the royals didn't hug behind closed doors.
She explains that she's always been a big hugger, but didn't realize until then that hugging is really jarring for a lot of Brits.
At this stage, nobody in this world has suffered as much as Meghan Markle has suffered. And I think it is very obvious that nobody wants to hug someone tightly on their first meeting. Most of her interviews are 10 out of 10 on the cringe scale. She had fully secured her crown as the reigning queen of cringe. Each public appearance seemed like another episode in her personal reality show where embarrassment was the main storyline. From forcing conversations with people who weren't remotely interested to stealing the spotlight only to be put back in her place, Meghan made sure the world never ran out of secondhand embarrassment. So here's the million-dollar question. Which Meghan Markle cringe moment tops your list? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.